Good morning, everyone. I'm George Bachman. I'm one of the yoga instructors here at the Emory Decatur Wellness Center. And today we're going to go through a really simple dynamic Vinyasa flow that you can wake up to every day and just start your day off with this, and you'll feel healthy and well, alive to jump out into the world. And we may not be able to jump out into the world like we used to, but you'll at least feel better. So today we'll start on our mat, have 2 blocks. And again, if you don't have blocks, no problem whatsoever. You can always stack up books to give yourself the height, the touchdown point, and have a strap close by. We're going to use that today as well. If you don't have a strap, not a problem. A towel works just as well. Just get a long beach towel or a bath towel and we'll be able to suffice as well. So come to the top of your mat, look down at your feet, bring your hands up to your hips. Make sure that the feet are going, the toes are going straight out. They're not hitchhiking to the left or to the right. Place a slight bend into the knees. Squeeze the elbows together, straighten out the legs, and lift the chest high to the sky. Lift the chin up. Start stretching out through the upper chest. Bring the chin forward, elbows go out wide, bend into the knees. Now we're going to add to this. Lift up your toes. Feel the weight of your body into the balls of your feet. Straighten out the legs. Squeeze the elbows together. Lift the chin high to the sky. Lift up the chest. Chin comes forward. Elbows go out wide. Bend into the knees. Toes lower down. Let's do it one more time, just to wake up the body. Lift up the toes. Straighten out the legs. Squeeze the elbows together. Lift up the chest. Lift up the chin. Head goes back, stretch out through the throat. Chin comes forward, elbows go out wide, toes lower down, bend into the knees, drop your hands down by your side, thumb and index finger together. Let the other 3 fingers just gently roll out. Close the eyes for a moment and find your breath. It is through our breath that all things are possible. It is through our breath that gives us life. It is through our breath that we feed our bodies and we cleanse them. So let's take this moment to inhale deeply, hold the breath for a moment, open the mouth, and exhale everything. Let it all go. One more time, inhale deeply, hold the breath, open the mouth, and let out everything. Gently open up the eyes, bring your thumbs up to your shoulder, hands up to the sky, straighten out the legs, stretch up to the heavens. Take the hands out wide like airplane wings and slowly bring the hands down by your side. Let it all go, let it relax. One more time, hands up to the sky, stretch up, thumbs to shoulder with your exhalation. And once again, stretch up to the heavens, stretch up. Take the hands out wide, open up through the chest, slowly take the hands down toward the earth, and let it go. Just relax. Inhale, stretch up. Dig down into your toes, and bend slightly to the right. Inhale back through center, and take it out the other way. Inhale back through center, thumbs to shoulder. Doesn't that feel good? Just start moving through the body. Inhale the hands up to the sky, stretch up, take the hands out wide, open up through the chest, slowly take the hands down toward the earth and let go. Let it relax, let everything go. Inhale, stretch up. Once again, bend to the right. Inhale back through center and take it to the left. Feel that stretch through that side body. Inhale back through center. This time keep the hands stretched up, dig down the toes, and twist to the right. So we're twisting out of the opposite hip. Hold it for a moment. Inhale back through center, and twist the opposite direction. And again, just come to your edge and let the twist settle in. Inhale back through center. Bring your hands in prayer above your head. Slowly bring the thumbs and the hands to heart center. Come back to that breath. Let your breath be your guide. Thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky. Place a deeper bend into your knees. Take your hands straight out in front of you. Now bring your hands down to your knees, straighten out the legs and look straight down at the toes. Now let the head just simply hang. Start to feel the stretch into the hamstrings, waking them up. Bring your gaze forward, bend into the knees. Take your hands straight out in front of you. Stretch forward, pull back through your hips and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the heavens. Deep bend into your knees. Hands out in front of you. Hands down to your knees. Straighten out the legs. Look down to your toes and let the head just simply hang. And again, feel that stretch into the hamstrings. We're going to start adding to this. Gaze comes forward, hands out in front of you. Root down to your feet and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the heavens. One more time. Deep bend into your knees. Hands to your knees. Straighten out the legs, let the head drop down. Now take your hands down to the blocks. Blocks can be at any level. Find what is comfortable for you with the blocks. They can be highest level, medium, low. You can take your hands all the way down to the floor. Your choice. Walk your gaze forward, keep your hands on the blocks wherever they are. Place a deep bend into your knees and pull the hips back. Straighten out the legs, look right down at your toes. Push down into your blocks. Find that edge. If you need to make an adjustment with the blocks, feel free to do so, or keep your hands down into the earth. One more time, deep bend into the knees, push down everything you have into the blocks. Gaze comes forward, hips pull back. And once again, look down at the toes, straighten out the arms, push down to the blocks, and fold. This time, place a deep bend into your knees. Release the blocks or the floor, take your hands straight out in front of you, stretch forward and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the heavens. Take the hands out wide like airplane wings. Right hand back, left hand forward and twist. Inhale back through center. Take it out the other way and twist. Inhale back through center. Take your hands back up to the sky. Deep bend into your knees. This time take your hands all the way down to the earth. If you need to, you can take your feet wider, or you can place a bend into your knees, just to, again, be able to touch down to the earth. Keep the hands stretched down to the earth. Straighten out the legs, gaze comes forward. One more time, deep bend into your knees, root down into your fingers. Gaze comes forward. Straighten out the legs. Gaze looks right down between your toes. This time, gaze comes forward. Keep your heart coming forward, root down into your hands, and step your right leg back into a lunge. So when we come into a lunge, keep the hands down to the earth, bring in the front foot, but it's important to push out through this back heel. That's your power point, is that back heel. The rest of the body is framed to support that back heel. Keep rooting down into the earth, your fingers. Take the front foot back to join the back foot, coming into plank, top of a high push-up. So as we come into plank, it's not a pushing down, it's a lifting up through the hips, through the heart. Keep the gaze coming forward and push out through both heels. Now, this is the important part. Slowly lower down to your belly, go flat like a pancake. Feel the earth onto your belly. Check out your hand placement. If your thumbs are touching your shirt, take them a little bit wider. A nice wide base will help protect the shoulders. Now start walking your gaze forward. Chin comes forward. Chest is beginning to lift. Root down into your hands and come up into your cobra. Chest comes forward. Pelvis is still rooting down. Stretching out through the back toes. Curl the back toes under. Now, just like a little string is tied onto your sacrum, take it up to the sky. Coming into downward dog. Look back at your toes. Take your right leg high to the sky. Step it all the way through between your hands. Drop the back knee down to the earth. Make any adjustments that you need so that, again, we're coming into the alignment. Hips, knee, foot, all 90 degrees. Bring your hands up to your hips, thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky. Stretch up. Take the hands out wide like airplane wings. Right hand back, left hand forward and twist. Take that left hand to the outside of that right knee, place the hand on the knee and stretch back with the back hand. Take the back hand up to the side. Now take it toward the back of the room and stretch back like you're trying to touch that back wall. Take it back up to the side. Take it out in front of you. Take the other hand out in front to join it. Lower your hands down to the earth. Push out to that back foot. Step the back foot next to the front foot. Coming back into a standing forward fold. Place a deep bend into your knees. Take your hands straight out in front of you and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the heavens. Hands at heart center. Feel the movements. Find the breath. Thumbs to shoulder. Hands up to the sky. Stretch up. Deep bend into your knees. Take your hands all the way back down to the earth. Inhale up into a half lift. So as we come into a half lift, we want a nice flat back. Gaze coming forward. Hands can either be on the floor, your ankles, your knees. Find something that's comfortable that we're creating the alignment. Place a bend into the knees, lower the hands down to the earth. Step your left leg back into a lunge. Keep the hands down to the earth. Settle into your lunge. Again, push out to that back heel. Now, a modification of a lunge is you can drop the back knee down to the earth as we did previously. Get the exact same thing of having the back toes curled under and pushing out to this back heel. So, two choices, knee down, knee up. Lisa will do knee down, I'll do knee up. Hands, thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky. Stretch up. Hands out wide like airplane wings. Left hand back, right hand forward, and come into your twist. Another modification is that you take this back hand down to this back ankle or to your hip, thigh, take the other hand up to the sky. Stretch up to the heavens. Take that upper hand, take it straight out in front of you, lower it down to the earth, take the other hand up to the sky, take it out in front of you, lower it down to the earth, step back into plank, top of a high push-up, and lower all the way back down to your belly. Inhale the gaze forward, come up into your cobra, curl the back toes under, downward facing dog. Modification for down dog is you can drop your knees down to the earth. Exact same posture by dropping the gaze down or knees down, looking back at your knees. Bring the gaze slightly forward, curl the back toes under. Now straighten out the back leg, Lisa. Take your left leg high to the sky. Step it all the way through to the front, to your front foot. Take your hands straight out in front of you and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the heavens. Hands to heart center. Now we're going to put this together all into a flow. Are we ready? Here we go. Hands at heart center. Thumbs to shoulder. Hands up to the sky. Hands out in front of you. Bend into the knees. Hands lower down. Step your right leg back into a lunge. Drop the back knee down. Thumbs to shoulder. Hands up to the sky. Hands out wide like airplane wings. Right hand forward, left hand back. Take that right hand to the outside of that left knee and look back for that back hand. Take it up to the sky, stretch up to the heavens. Take it straight back behind you, stretch back. Take it back up to the sky. This time take that hand straight out in front of you. Take the other hand out to join it. Lower your hands down to the earth. Lift up that back knee. Step the front foot next to the back foot. Come into plank, top of a high push-up. Lower all the way down, go flat like a pancake. Chest comes forward. Come up into your cobra. Curl the back toes under, downward facing dog. Lift the hips high to the sky. Take your right leg up to the sky. Step it all the way through your hand. Drop the back knee down to the earth. Thumbs to shoulder. Hands up to the sky. Hands out wide like airplane wings. Right hand back, left hand forward. Take that left hand to the outside of that knee, stretch back with the back hand. Take the back hand up to the sky, stretch up. Take that hand straight back behind you, stretch back. This time take it up to the sky, take that hand straight out in front of you, stretch forward, take the other hand out in front of you, lower your hands down to the earth, curl the back toes under, lunge the back leg, step the back foot next to the front foot, and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the sky, hands to heart center. Come back to your breath. Close the eyes for a moment and simply breathe. Now we're going to add to this. Thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky, deep bend into your knees. Take your hands straight down to the earth. This time, come up into your half lift, nice flat back. Lower your hands down to the earth, bend into your knees. Take your left leg back into a lunge. Settle into your lunge. Keep your lunge, bring your hands up to your hips. And again, if you need to, you can always drop the back knee down and you're doing the exact same posture. Thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky, stretch up. Now take your hands straight out in front of you and stretch forward as far as you can. Keep pushing after that back heel. This time take the hands up to the sky, straighten out the front leg, push down the back heel. Take the hands out in front of you, bend into that front knee, stretch forward. Hands up to the sky, straighten out the front leg, push down through the back heel. This time take your hands out in front of you, stretch forward, lower your hands all the way down to the earth, step the front foot next to the back foot. Coming back into plank, top of a high push-up, lower all the way down, go flat like a pancake. Start bringing your gaze forward, come up into your cobra, curl the back toes under, downward facing dog. Settle into your down dog. Take your left leg high to the sky. Step it all the way through between your hands. Again, you can either knee down, or you can have the back knee lifted. Bring your hands up to your hips. Thumbs to shoulder. Hands up to the sky. Take your hands straight out in front of you. Stretch forward like you're trying to touch the front wall. This time take the hands up to the sky, straighten out the front leg, lower the back heel down. Take your hands out in front of you, bend into the knees, stretch forward. Take the hands up to the sky, lower the back heel down, stretch up. One more time, take your hands out in front of you, push your back heel, lower your hands down to the earth, step the back foot next to the front foot, coming to the top of your mat. Inhale up into a half lift, and exhale and fold. Inhale up into a half lift, take your hands straight in front of you, and come all the way back up. Hands to heart center, you're doing great. Come back to that breath. Now we're going to add to this. Thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky, hands out in front of you. Deep bend into your knees, lower your hands all the way down to the earth. Step your right leg back into a lunge. Step your left leg back to join it. Come into plank, top of a high push-up. Lower all the way down. Go flat like a pancake. Bring your gaze forward. Start lifting up your chest. Come up into your cobra. By straightening out your arms. Keeping the hips down to the earth. Feel that stretch. Curl the back toes under. Downward facing dog. Now settle into your down dog, pushing out through your hands, pushing out through your knees, and walk your hands back to your feet, coming all the way to the back of your mat. Hands to hips, come all the way back up. Take your hands up to the sky, stretch up. We're going to start with the right side. Take a giant step forward with the right foot. Both legs are as straight as possible. Take your hands out wide like airplane wings. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace them together, and pull back to that back heel, lifting your chest high to the sky. The important thing is pushing out down to this front foot, fingers rooting down to the back heel, chest beginning to lift. So the whole purpose of this is to open up into the chest. Now start with your chest, not the chin, and fold over that front knee, taking the fingers high to the sky. Now using your finger knuckles, pull yourself back up. Gaze goes up to the sky, heart lifts. One more time, lead with your chest, fold over that front knee. Pull yourself back up, gaze comes forward, heart lifts. And let's go ahead and fold one last time. Staying in your fold, place a bend into that front knee. Take your hands out in front of you. Lower your hands down to the earth with the block. This is where blocks can come in handy. Push everything into your hands. Gaze comes forward and lift the back leg high to the sky. Straighten out the front leg. You can stay right here, or you can take the opposite hand and take it straight out in front of you. Stretch through the toes, stretch through the fingers, lower the hand down, lower the foot next to the other foot, hands to hips, and come back on up. Thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky, other side, fold all the way down to the earth. Inhale up into a half lift, and exhale and fold. Move your hands down to the earth, step the left leg back into a lunge, step the right leg back to join it, coming into plank, top of a high push-up, go all the way down, flat like a pancake, come up into your cobra, curl the back toes under, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back by your feet. Come into the back of your mat, bring your hands up to your hips, and slowly come all the way back up. Feel the balance within the body, thumbs to shoulder, hands up to the sky. We're going to do the left side. Take a giant step forward with your left foot. So both legs are as straight as possible. Take your hands straight out in front of you. Stretch forward, push out to that back heel. Take the hands up to the sky, stretch up. Take your hands out in front of you and stretch forward. Take the hands up to the sky, stretch up. One last time, take your hands out in front, stretch forward. Now lower your hands down behind your back and fold over that front knee. Now using your finger knuckles, pull yourself all the way back up. Chin goes up to the sky, heart lifts. One more time, fold over that front knee. Pull yourself all the way back up. Gaze comes forward. And one last time, fold over that front knee. This time, take your hands down in front of you. Place a bend into that front knee. Lower your hands down to the earth with your blocks. Push down in your hands and take that back leg high to the sky. Take the opposite hand out in front of you. Stretch forward with your left hand. Keep the right leg lifted. Lower the left hand down to the earth with your blocks and step the foot next to the other. Hands to hips and come all the way back up. Whoa, what a good workout. Thumbs to shoulder, here we go. We're gonna wind it down. Hands up to the sky, stretch up. Hands to heart center. Take your feet mat distance wide. If you have those blocks, you can push them off to the side. Make sure you have your strap close by. We're going to come to it rather quickly. Now push in on your hands like you got something you're squishing together. Elbows go out wide. They'll open up to the shoulders and begin to activate the muscles into the wrists. So push it together. Now place a bend into the knee and lower down into your malasana, into your squat. Ideally, we want the elbows landing right between the knees. Gaze comes forward. If this is uncomfortable, you can always bring your hands to your hips, hands heart center, or wherever the squat feels good. But ideally, we want to lower down, elbows within our knees. Take your hands out in front of you. Stretch forward. Push down into the feet and come all the way back up. Using the big muscles in the leg to lift up to the sky. Hands to heart center. Once again, lower all the way back down. Remember the show, Price is Right? Come on down. Hands out in front of you. Push down into your feet and come all the way back up. Stretch up to the heavens. One last time, hands at heart center, lower all the way back down. This time, bring your right hand to your right knee, left hand to your left knee, and roll into your back however you wish to get there. So roll into the back, bring your knees into your chest, and pull in tight, like you're rounding into a beach ball. Now bring your nose to your knee, activating your core. Now lower the head back down to the earth. One more time, nose to knee. Lower the head back down. This time, nose to knee. Keep the nose onto the knee. Take the hands straight up to the sky. Stretch up to the heavens. Now shoot this right leg straight out in front of you, like you're pushing it into the wall. Place a bend into the right knee, bring it back into your chest. Shoot the left leg out in front of you. Keep stretching up through the hands. Bring the left knee back in. Wrap your hands around your knees, nose to knee, lower the head back down. This time, take the hands out wide like airplane. Stretch out, hands down to the earth. Drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left. So we're coming into a deep stretch here into the side body. Now take this hand that's over here where the knees are, and bring it right up on top of the thigh, and push down gently, accentuating the stretch into the hip flexors. Take that hand back out to the side. Bring the knees back to center, and drop the knees over the other way. Once again, take that hand to the top of the knee, push down gently. Take the hand back out wide, bring the knees back to center, keep the hands stretched out, take both feet high to the sky. Push up into your heels. Now take your legs straight down to the earth. As soon as the heels touch down, grab that strap. Take the strap over the ball of the right foot. Take the right foot high to the sky. Now pull down on both hands like you're pulling down the reins of a horse. Now pass the strap over to the right hand. Take the left hand out wide. That becomes your balance. Drop the right leg out to the side. Keep pushing out through this opposite foot, elongating out the big muscles into the leg. Bring that foot back up to the sky. One more time, drop it out to the right. Bring it back up to the sky. Switch out your hands. Take the right hand out to the side. Now that becomes your balance. And take that right foot over to the left. Come to that edge where you feel the stretch here into the IT band and the hip flexors. Take that leg back up to the sky. Place a gentle bend into that knee. Take the strap off of that foot and take that leg straight out in front of you and bring up the other side. Push up through your heel, push out through this leg. Pull down like you're pulling on reins of the horse. What that does, it takes the head of the femur way up into the hip socket. Now pass the strap over to the left hand. Beautiful. Take the left leg out to the side. Feel the stretch. The right hand becomes your balance. Take that foot back up to the sky. One more time, drop it out to the left. Bring it back up to the sky. Switch out your hands. Now take the left leg and drop it over to the right. The left hand now becomes your balance. Beautiful. Bring that leg back through center. Place a gentle bend into the knee. Take the strap off the foot. Take the other leg straight out in front of you. One last time. Bring your knees into your chest. Wrap the hands around your knees, nose to knee, pull it in as tight as you can. Drop the head back down to the earth. Hands out wide like airplane wings. Take the feet back up to the sky. Stretch up through the heels. Now open up the legs like you're opening up bulk. Just let gravity do the work for you. Stretch out. Bring the legs back together. One last time. Take the legs out wide. Stretch out. Stretch out through the arms. Stretch out through the legs. Bring the legs back together. Bend into the knees. Lower the feet down to the earth. Take your hands straight back behind you. Stretch back. Take your feet out in front of you. And stretch in all directions. So we want to stretch through the toes, stretch through the fingers, and imagine that you're lifting the hips and the thighs up to the sky as you're stretching out, elongating out your core, the upper body, the lower body, all stretching together. Take the hands up to the sky, take your hands by your side, relax the toes, and come into your Shavasana. Let it all go. So as we come into Shavasana, we close the eyes, we come back to the breath. We'll let everything that we just did for the past minutes absorb into the body, for this is the real purpose, right here, right now. To let it all go, come back to the breath, surrendering to yourself, surrendering everything, all for your breath. For it is through the breath, everything is possible. Namaste.